damn it.
Penis.
Welcome to episode 3 of One Mint Cardano Culture and NFTs. I'm the machinist. CMDR is here too, as well as Professor Z from ADArunnerz and Zora, the head honcho, along with Amy, who's the real boss, over there at Eternals. And we're going to talk gaming. So what's going on, everybody? How the hell are you?
Doing good. Happy to be here.
Hell yeah. This is going to be a good time. Zora, we have a challenge with Zora. We told him he to freeze and not move for as long as he can in the episode. That's actually not a PFP, and it's really impressive that you can get the dog to sit still like that.
Nice. Oh, I love it.
I like your hat, by the way. CMDR.
Well, thank you. I got it in an NFTLV. It's a Hosky hat, and it's super awesome. Yeah. Shout out to Sweet Jimmy for giving me one. He wore the Hosky costume at NFTLV this year. Super awesome, dude. Check this out. It's even got techno vibes. It's like a.
I like it. I thought I was the only person you called Sweet Jimmy.
Nope. There's a second one, but don't tell Sweet Jimmy I told you that.
All right, I won't. Sweet Jimmy, unhear that. Earmuffs. Anyway, we have to do a disclaimer. And I'm not sure if Professor Z or Zora have heard our new One Mint disclaimer yet. So one of them is going to read it for us, but we don't know who yet. So could you flip that awesome coin for us?
So we've got heads right here, of course, because it's got the head on it. Duh. We've got tails right here. So heads is going to be Professor Z, and tails will be Zora. So
I thought we were doing the Cardano Crocs.
Yeah, but this gold coin is just way sexier. I love Cardano Crocs, but this thing's just badass, so we're going with it.
It's bad luck.
Here we go.
I'm telling you, it's bad luck.
Let's see. It is heads, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice.
Professor Z, you are going to be doing our disclaimer, my friend.
All right,
if you go to the right of your screen, Professor Z, you will see a little button that says private chat. Let me know when you're looking at it.
I'm looking at it.
All right, here comes a disclaimer. Don't think, just go.
You have to read all of it.
All of it. Every
Y'all
word.
are making me nervous with this now.
Oh, wait, I'm going to add something to it. Stand by.
I don't know if I should trust this.
Probably going to be something derogatory towards me, so that's
fine.
fine.
I'm good with that then. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go.
Just read it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
One Mint is for educational purposes only. Nothing said or alluded to within this program represents the views, opinions, and or ideology of One Mint, its hosts, guests, affiliates, partners, and or related social media platforms. In other words, believe nothing we say. We don't even believe half the shit that comes out of our mouths, and we're the only ones saying it. We love you all. Do your own research.
Say it.
Say it.
Bitches. P.S. Commander loves man feet.
Commander does love man feet. And always DYOR. So, well done.
Yeah.
That was
all right.
I can't believe you got hung up on the word bitches so bad there, Professor. But
I was trying.
I love it.
It's okay. It's all right. It's 1 minute. It's all right. But yeah. Okay. So welcome to the show. You have officially been disclaimed. So I'm not going to say NFA a whole bunch of times in this. We might say bitches a bunch of times, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, so Web3 gaming. CMDR, I'd kind of like to hear your thoughts on this quick, just for an opener. Why is gaming so important to Web3? Do you think? Because this is a pretty important episode. It's why we wanted to do it as one of our first.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think if you look at the esports industry, it's like a billions and billions of dollar industry. So if we want, people are always talking about how we need to bring crypto into the mainstream, and I think gaming is a really good way to do that. It kind of merges the idea of Web 2 and Web 3 together, and if we can come up with the proper way to provide the ability for people to make like a passive income off of gaming on top of being able to play and stream, I think it's going to be really beneficial for crypto as a whole.
Hell yeah, absolutely. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, I would agree, obviously. I think gaming is going to be huge coming up in this bull run. And I feel like Cardano's kind of set up in a way to possibly even lead that run with everything we have going on this blockchain.
Hell yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think with more people caring about their virtual self and what they own on the internet, how they present themselves, going to be really important with gaming as well, because people love showing off what they've earned and stuff. So when having like for CS:GO, for example, people showing off their skins, people things they've earned by playing the game for a long time, I think that'll transcend a lot more into the virtual character realm and everything going forward.
Yeah.
Right.
Not to mention being able to sell a knife for $100,000, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like a knife skin. Come on, that's insane.
There you go. And it really does bring a new level of ownership, right? Like y'all said, to gaming. And Zora, I gotta say, man, that whole freeze challenge, that was impressive, but I didn't know you were a ventriloquist. Jesus. Oh my God.
I love it.
Anyway, I forgot to say this because we're terrible at this and we're not professionals, but don't forget, right? This is When Mint, Cardano Culture and NFTs. Go to Spotify. Please rate the show, right? You can find us on YouTube Music. We'll be on X. Most of these episodes, I think this is what we're going to do. We're kind of going to decide right now. What do you think, CMDR? Normally, I think we're going to put episodes up on X, right? We'll like live stream them, right? Almost like a space, but it's a video space up top, maybe for like the first 24 hours. And then we'll take it down, and you're going to have to go to one of our other platforms. See, it doesn't cost anything to go to those platforms. But right, it's yeah, I think that might be the way we do this.
So I like the idea of streaming it on Twitter for the first 24 hours, especially because it gives us an opportunity to get into the comments with people that are watching it live and just kind of like enjoy the first airing of the episode with them. So that's pretty cool for me. But we also want folks to go to Spotify and listen, and make sure that you're giving us some 5-star reviews, because we are the best restaurant on Cardano.
We are.
Yeah, but
this is a family restaurant.
It's a win. This is a Wendy's, sir. Yeah. So absolutely, 24 hours, and then it'll move to your favorite streaming platform. So come check us out.
And we're going to have a really cool giveaway. We have a bronze ADArunnerz key in the When Mint wallet. It's right there. So we're going to figure out how to give that away somewhere attached to this video on Twitter right now. There's a giveaway. So enter it. And good luck, I guess.
It's mine. Don't even bother.
It's not yours. But all right, so let's just jump into this. I think what we should do, I guess, CMDR, is introduce these two fine gentlemen and what the hell they're doing, right, with their platforms, and then we'll just chop it up about gaming and Web3. What do you think?
Yeah, let's get the formal shit out of the way, because I want to degen on Web3 gaming after that. So let's let them talk about themselves and their project for a couple of minutes, and then if they go too long, we'll rudely cut them off.
Oh yeah, I can totally rug people if we.
And then we'll move into the actual conversation. So yeah, let's do it.
I like it. I guess Professor Z, being you got to say CMDR loves man feet. Yes. We'll let Zora go first. If that's, I think that's amiable, right? So yeah. So the Eternals used to be Deadly Sins, and actually, Zora, I gotta say, just on the side here, this is really cool, because this is our is this our third or fourth interview with When Mint at this point?
I believe so, yeah. I think it's the third When Mint, but we've been on so many other little like Twitter Spaces and other things together, so it's probably more than that altogether.
Hell yeah, and it really is a lot of fun, because seeing what it was before it even minted, right? Because you guys have been around for a while now, and I remember meeting you, and I'm like, these no offense, I was like, they look like kids. I was like, how is this gonna swing, right? But
yeah,
you could tell how much you wanted it, and I was a super huge fan ever since Deadly Sins.
I've had some good advice along the way. Like, as you know, we work with Speed Throne, which I can talk about in a little bit as well. Like, they have been in gaming, like Web2 gaming, for over like 20 years, some of them individually on their team. So having them helping me, I guess, like mentor and whatnot has been really helpful, because they've brought games from nothing to X, Y, and Z before, So
Right.
having that help, like with like a top tier sort of studio, is awesome. Like they've made assets for Fortnite before, for example. So it's been an amazing journey.
Wow, I
But
didn't
yeah,
know that.
yeah, they made assets for them before, I believe. Yeah.
That's really cool, man.
They've got a pretty solid game themselves too, with that whole racing platform over there. So you can tell they definitely know what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's just their alpha launch as well. Like not even like a more than that. They have a lot going on that I've been privy to, being a close partner and a business partner in a way as well. So they have a lot coming themselves. But yeah, sorry, should I get on to a little bit about myself and the project?
Yeah, what are you doing? Get on with it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm one of the co-founders of ADArunnerz. My name's Zora, along with Amy, who goes by Fana. It's been very close to 2 years now, I believe. The end of February was when we first started bringing it to light, ADArunnerz. So been going for a while. I was studying computer science and AI at university, and Amy is the artist for ADArunnerz. She was doing graphics design and whatnot. And we've managed to blend our skills together to create a fantasy game of what we desire. So a bit about ADArunnerz. ADArunnerz is an open world MMO style fantasy game powered with Cardano based assets. Like the world building and lore for our game involves an eternal war between light and darkness, hence why we have the deadly sins that you mentioned earlier, which we sold out in 2022, which is more the dark side demon sort of characters from the brand. And now there are eternal enemies, the holy virtues, which are 94% sold out when we started near the NFT Las Vegas sort of time we did the mint. A bit about the game. It's going to be called ADArunnerz Rise of the Overworld. The game will be structured around 4 key concepts. There'll be quests, which can be played either solo or party, where you can earn things such as our token Eternal and other in-game elements like crafting, ornaments, and whatnot for weapons. There's a big battling aspect to our game, like there's monsters in the open wilderness and an arena mode, which would be player versus player and team versus team in a range of game modes. The third thing is showing off your collectibles from the ADArunnerz brand, which are things like pins, cosmetics for your character, custom player cards, and more, which you can show off in your gallery. And people, as we know, people love to show off what they've earned in a game, which we'll probably talk about more if we do this talk.
Yeah.
And we really want to make it so people can really customize and show off what they've done with their ADArunnerz assets, even before the games come out, stuff they've been earning now. And lastly, the social environment for our game. There'll be lots of the Eternal token-based mini-games, scheduled events in the game like faction wars or special meetups, and it's a large, beautiful map which you can explore with a proximity mic or a party chat with your friends. So yeah, you can choose to manifest as the 3D avatar of any of the NFTs you own, be it a deadly sin or a holy virtue.
So stand by. So any deadly sin or holy virtue that I have in my wallet, I can use that character in the game.
Yeah, you have the key to the 3D character to use in the game and download it through our website when it's out, to then use in any compatible platform or make animations with.
So
certain traits will actually have skills in the game, like the spider legs, for example. You'll be able to climb walls and shit.
I love that you remember that. Yeah, the different traits have different abilities, like Commander just said. So everything, it's all in one package for the 2D NFT that you have. We really want to make sure ownership of that one NFT gives you everything that we promised. But yeah, and there'll be free to play skins as well. Sorry, continuing on from that, which are more of the human based characters from our lore. So it's going to be a free to play game, so anyone can play it. But there's obviously going to be some benefits to having these NFTs, be it certain quest lines, which you can unlock certain in-game items and make use of them for and whatnot. But we want to make sure the free-to-play aspect, you also get a really good experience. So,
Right.
and it can help onboard new people into like figuring out, oh, how does that person have that avatar, and oh, how do I get that item earned from that quest, which then opens up the realm of NFTs and ownerships to these people, which I think is more of a seamless way of doing it rather than saying, oh, get this NFT. There's this big pushback in the Web2 community of, oh, NFTs are a scam, NFTs are this. But I think the right approach is having that, I guess, seamless integration and education about it. But
Right.
again, that's stuff we can talk about more later, maybe.
But yeah, it makes sense, right? You show them the game, and somebody falls in love with it, and they say, "Well, I want to do more, right? I want to be able to be more in this game. How do I do it?" You can even set it up where they barely even know that they're buying an NFT, right? You're just
Yep.
getting a
Yep.
character,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
And that's going to be huge.
I think the conversation shifted to this a lot, actually. The idea of token gating a game behind an NFT versus the free to play aspect, with the possibility of ownership being there should they choose to take it. I think that's going to be the platform that's really going to work for a lot of these gaming companies out here that are going Web3, is just make it to where it's integrated into the game and it's there should you choose to use it. But if you just want to play the game, then you can do so without ever stepping foot into the Web3 space at all. So
100%.
Yeah.
I think that with really really well thought out educational videos was going to be the best way to go about it. And just to, I guess, finish off, the lore is really heavily tied to our game, which is actually also heavily influenced by our community with all these different competitions, which is another element of how our community directly takes part in our story and game. At the moment, right now, we are developing these 3D avatars. We're cracking on month by month. Like every earring has been complete for both collections. We're getting all the body accessories finished by February 1st, for example, and we expect to have it ready by the beginning of summer. People can download their avatar rigs this summer. That is the plan, and you can use it for things like animations and whatnot already. And we plan for our next quest, which we can talk about the first quest in a bit, but we plan for our next quest to be able to use your avatar in that experience, which I think would be really cool. And we're also,
That would be awesome. Hell
I
yeah.
think so. We're also focusing on level creation and topography, which in easy terms means just creating the map and all the interactive elements you'll see. And as I mentioned before, Speedthrone are helping us achieve this. They're a professional game development studio, and they're making their own project in Cardano, a racing game. So definitely check them out. It's speedthrone.io. So I guess to summarize, with them, we're creating a fun and free-to-play open world experience with a range of fun, engaging, and competitive ways to play in the overworld. Also being involved in an immersed ecosystem with our token, which you'll be able to use for things like cosmetics, item upgrades with CIP68, character rig renting for Eternal, raffles, merchandise discounts, collectible mints, and more. So we're focused on growing our brand as well as where it makes sense to us too. For example, we dropped worldwide merchandise on our site recently and actually have some selling in a store in DC with our partner. So things are getting pretty exciting, we feel.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I think that's a good summary of what Eternals is trying to achieve, all the different concepts. And it's definitely been a challenge, but we've been loving it every step of the way. 2 years in February.
I can tell that this is your first ever episode, Zora. I can tell that you've never done this before.
No.
Not once.
No. It's like, let me just get the shit out of the way and just dump it. It's literally, it's like you have it memorized. But I guess you live it. That's one of the things I love about your team, Zora, right? You and Soli and Fana, is that you really put everything you have into it. I mean, you're building every goddamn NFT into a 3D character for a giant game. Like that's insane. Even the art itself. Hold on. I'm not saying right, not financial advice, but I might like Eternals a little bit. I have a little handful.
Look at that weak wallet.
I know.
Right? You send them my way.
But yeah, but even these, right? These assets, you guys made different versions of traits so that however they landed together, right? When they were randomized, they would fit, they would work together.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw a single virtue that did not just look gorgeous, even with the traits mixed up.
It was a massive challenge to, because I'm the one who coded I guess the generation of this, right? Amy spent almost a whole year creating the art, I think around 10.5 months for the whole collection. And um, she went so crazy on some of the traits. Obviously, some traits might not work with each other, right? So we went through this whole like top-down approach of how we would structure it, and it ended up being something like 12,000 lines of code just to get the collection generated. So it was a big process making sure that everything lined up. Like there would be like 20 different variations of a single trait just so it worked with all the different combinations it would have. So it was a lot of work to get this collection out.
Hell yeah. Actually, this one solely, I gotta shout you out, buddy. I don't know if you remember, Zor, during the mint, I saw this. Someone minted this and I put an offer on it on JPEG. I just put in the Discord. I was like, I don't care who you are, just accept the offer. I need this NFT. And apparently Soli had it. He minted it. And he actually, I told him, I said, I promise I'll never get rid of it. I'm gonna hodl that thing forever.
It's
And
a real cool
yeah.
one.
yeah, there it is, bud. Still there.
So Ken, what do you say we do the gameplay footage and streaming and stuff at the end of the episode so that we can kind of just keep the conversation flowing? You good with that?
Well, I mean, you're the boss, bro. So whatever you want to do. All
Well,
right.
I've got you all loaded up and ready to go
Yeah.
so that I can get you through the game. But
Cool. Awesome. And that's
Well-
another thing, right? Make sure, and in this show, right? Go to Spotify, wherever you're going, to rate us and subscribe to the show or follow us on X, all that good stuff. In the show notes for this episode, you will have all of the official links for both Eternals and ADArunnerz and When Meant. So get down there, get in these Discords. If there's anything you hear about on this show and you still have questions or you want to know more, both of these guys are more than happy to help you. All you got to do is reach out and ask. So yeah. So I mean, it's weird saying. I guess that okay, that's it for Eternals, because that's not it for Eternals. I don't think that's ever it for Eternals. But it is time to let Professor Z tell us about ADArunnerz, and then we're just gonna start chopping it up and see what happens.
For all you old heads out here, we are about to transition from Unreal Engine 5 to Atari Pixelcade. So I'm super excited about this, actually. So what's going on, Professor? Let us know what's happening.
Yeah, so ADArunnerz, our basic goal is to bring the arcade to Web3. I'm an old head, as you just said. I'm 35, going on 36.
God, you're old.
I know. I'm so old. Hey, I have so much
the
gray hair
oldest
just
you've
going
ever
on.
been. I know, that's crazy.
Sorry.
But what we wanted to do is bring the arcade to Web3, because I have all those memories as a kid going to the arcade, playing those games, especially like against my friends, trying to get that high score up, my initials and everything. So we thought it would be fun to transition that to Web3, kind of bring back that nostalgia, bring back all that fun, all those memories. And, we're starting it out where it's kind of like a free to play. People can go in, have fun, and then we're going to transition to phase 2, which I'll touch on in a minute. But we have two different collections. We have our keys, which there's only 300 of those, and then we have our main collection, which there's 6,000. The keys are already minted. We've been handing those out, giving them away. They come with C4 airdropped every month, which we just dropped that today. And they come with whitelist. So you have 200 bronze, which you get 2 whitelist spots, 75 silver, which gives you 3 whitelist spots, and then 25 gold, which gives you 4. Now, when we go into phase 2,
and we got a bronze to give away today, right?
Yep,
if I
there we
remember
go.
right. I'm old too, so I forget shit. So I just wanted to all right.
No, you're good. So yeah, you do have a bronze to give away today. But what's really awesome about all this is that when we go into phase 2 of the platform, these keys are going to act as a key to unlock the staking hubs, which there's going to be 300. Each key will have a designated one it can go into. These staking hubs is where like the teamwork and everything of playing these games will come into play, because once someone with a key unlocks a staking hub, you'll be able to go into the hub. You can see which level it's currently at, which one's unlocked, how many people are staked in there, and you can stake your main PFP into that hub. And then every time you play the game, or any of the games, your score not only goes to like the global leaderboard, but it'll also go to the hub. So, bronze hubs will have 3 different levels. And as you level up, you earn more of our token, which is quarter. Silver will have 5 different levels, gold will have 8. And obviously, the higher level you go, the better the rewards. But if you kind of just sit back and nobody in your hub is playing these games, the levels are going to drop. So you want to keep playing to keep those, the level up. And you can choose to stake your PFP for either 1 week, 2 weeks, or 4. So you're not locking it in for months on months on months. So if you're in a hub where nobody's participating, after a week or a month, you can take it out, go to a different hub, and kind of level up. And
that's solid.
Yeah. And the great thing about this too is projects, like if a project decided they wanted to buy a key for their project, they can unlock a hub and tell all their people like, hey, go get a PFP, stake it in there, and we can have project tournaments, like project against project, who gets high score, put up all kinds of different prizes, stuff like that. It's going to be a lot of fun when that aspect comes into play. But, we haven't minted yet. Our main mint's going to be on the 20th. We're going to mint anywhere from 3, not supposed to say, 3 to 4. That's the goal.
Just don't say the time zone. Just don't say the time
love it.
Zone. There you go.
I love it.
That's the supply we're looking to mint. And then we're going to have a second phase mint where we mint the rest. But man, now I lost my train of thought. You guys just pulled Alpha.
Yeah, I thought when you said that, I thought you were saying what time it was. So I was like,
no.
At 3 p.m. Pacific time. That's what he meant to say.
No.
Okay. Well, this is good. Welcome to One Mint, the Alpha. Cardano culture, NFTs, and professors.
Luckily for you, we can edit that out, but
no, we can't. No, we cannot.
Hey, that's okay. You can leave it in. I can drop some a little bit here and there.
Just a little bit.
But our main mint will be on the 20th. We're going to try to mint 3,000 to 4,000. Not 100% sure on the solid number yet. The mint price, I'm not going to say. You guys aren't going to pull that out of me yet. We are announcing that soon, though, but you're not going to pull that out of me yet.
Come on. All right. Hey, Ed, I don't mean to cut you off, but while you're talking, I'm going to go. This is ADArunnerz.io. In the background, I'm just going to sign up for an account and sign in and just show everybody how to do it while you're talking there. So, after you, my friend.
And the great thing about that is, and why I wanted to mention when we're minting, is because we haven't minted yet, but we already have a game out. We already have 2 partnerships we announced. One with Inmates. We're building a game for them that's going to be on our platform. It's going to incorporate smokes and a trait from their female collection. And then we just announced today our partnership with Bank. We're going to build a game with them. Our PFPs are going to be able to stake in their platform. Theirs are going to be able to stake in ours. So you can earn Bank and quarter. And we have 2 other projects we're currently in talks with, and I know of 2 others that are interested as well. So we have all these projects coming in that want us to build a game for them, which is amazing, because we have a set number of games that we want to produce ourselves, even after mint. But all these other games coming on are just going to add to our total collection. So what you're looking at now is the global leaderboard. So anytime you play, the points just kind of add together. And if you go to your profile, you can see that. So over on the right. Well, you haven't played a game yet, man. So
no,
what's going on?
Look at that.
God,
use worthless.
Quit fucking rushing me, bro. Whose show is this?
Hey,
No. So to get to what you were saying though, like you've already shown proof of concept, right? Like we're gonna check your game out here in a little bit, and that puts you miles ahead of a lot of projects out there, because people can already go on your website, they can play your game, they can get on the scoreboard. You already have competitions going for some keys, right? So like before you even mint, you're showing the community that you are not only capable of doing this, that you've proven you can do it, but you've also got a game on there that's fun as hell. Hard, because like, don't get me wrong, I used to be really good at Pac-Man, but for some reason it's been stomping my ass, dude. So yeah, you're showing that you are capable of doing this. And I think the collaboration with Inmates is really awesome. I'm really hoping that I can get in there and shank some people at some point when the game goes live.
Would you stop flirting with this man, bro? Jesus Christ, we're on air.
This is the nicest he's been to me in a while, so it's okay. I'm accepting this. This is nice. No, I'm just kidding.
I can flip the script anytime you want, my friend. Just let me know.
No, I'm just kidding. But one thing I did forget to mention is that the dev team behind creating all this is actually Cardano Croc Club's dev team, Quantum Tech. They're the ones.
Oh yes.
Yeah, they're building everything for us. The games, everything from the ground up. Our platform from the ground up. So the great thing is they have the licenses needed to build the games, but since they're building it all from, ground zero, where it's all brand new code, they technically don't even need them because they're not using any of the old code from, the old games in these games. So that negates any of those issues whatsoever. But yeah, they're our dev team, and they're killing it, absolutely killing it. And we're
are
very
you guys going to
fortunate
be an official member of CrocPad when that fully launches?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm going to keep trying to suck this alpha out of you, but
whoa,
if you Jesus,
bro, God, this is a family show.
If you take into account who the other co-founder is, who's Bovkey, which if you know him, he is a community manager and on the team of Cardano Crocs. So,
read between the lines. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right. Well done. All right. So we know what ADArunnerz is doing. The mint's coming up soon. Again, we'll hit on the exact dates, later at the end of the show, and all the links are in the show notes. And Eternals, I don't think we pointed this out. Holy Virtues is almost minted out, but it hasn't actually minted out yet. The mint's still live. So I'm telling them, bro, you're not getting that 1-of-1. There's one of one left in there.
I'm gonna get it. Watch. I told you after this, I'm gonna go mint, and I'm gonna get it.
Hey, go mint live. Go mint right now. Show us what you got.
Send me the link.
Imagine he got it.
Oh. It's a quite a special one as well. It's the opposite of Hades from the Deadly Sins. It's the god of the dream world. So I think when people see that, which Commander and I believe you as well, Machinist, saw at Vegas last year, we give a little sneak peek to some people in a print. Whoever mints that is going to be quite happy, I believe.
This is tough, man, because not only do I have the Angel Finance mint coming up, I got ADArunnerz coming up. Like, I'm trying to hold ADA. I'm like, I'm not going to be a DGen because that's what my wallet is. It's a whole bunch of magical internet pictures and no goddamn ADA. And I'm like, nope, I'm going to start stacking some ADA. I bought some more token, got some World Mobile, some Igon, some things, NTX earlier this week. And I'm probably going to go sell those fucking tokens and go mint another Eternal because I need that goddamn one.
I think you know as well as I do, once you enter the NFT ecosystem, holding ADA is it's no longer possible. Like, you can say, I'm going to stack my bag. You can say it as much as you want, but then something's going to pop up and you're going to be like, yeah, I got to go mint that. Man, and then you're broke again.
What happened to my life? And look at this. ADArunnerz, you're following 18 people. All right. Are you following us? Because if you're not, I'm following you. I'm unfollowing you.
Shut down the episode. Close it down.
I'm unfollowing them. Let me see. How many? See, and I keep it low. We're following 372, but there's people out there. I'm like, they deserve a follow. ADArunnerz, they don't give a shit. They're just
I follow you on my main account.
That just means that he's so busy, he doesn't have time to follow people. He's too busy building video games that are going to be the future of Web3. So give the guy a break.
Wait.
Hold on. Recheck. Do a recheck.
19 following. 19. Now we have to get. Actually, see, I was going to say that. I already refollowed you again, just because I want to be the bigger man in this situation. But I just figured you were following one person for every 100 that followed you. So now we got to get ADArunnerz another 30 follows. So make sure, because they're at 19, we got to get them to 1900. So please go follow ADArunnerz. If you're not, there's something wrong with your life. Same with Eternals. If you're not following them, if you're not in either of these Discords, really, like, therapy is an option. You got to figure something out.
Yes.
Well, I'm trying to find Eternals because I want to go mint live.
Oh, here, I'll find it.
So it's Eternals Game, I believe, at Eternals Game, isn't it, Zora?
Yeah, I think the mint link's in our bio on Twitter as well. There, yeah.
Yep, it's right in the bio.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you know what?
So
And you know what? We're
before
doing
we
this live.
continue to get lost on these
I just
tangents,
followed them too. So hey,
nice.
We're
Look
at
at
20.
now you need 2,000. Now you
Yeah.
need
Now we
2,000.
need 130 followers
Yes.
for
there we
All
go.
ADArunnerz.
right.
And if it doesn't happen, we're
See?
shutting the show down. That's
It's all about networking, folks. It's all about networking. He followed 2 projects, so now we need 130 people to follow him. Get on
Oh,
it.
yeah. And actually, I have a good question. This just popped into this strange thing I call a mind. Obviously, the reason we had Professor Z and Zora join us is not only do they have, gaming projects and they're actually building. They don't just say they're going to do it and then just disappear. But they're actually building something, right? And they've made a positive impact on this space. But they're two different kinds of games, right? We have like that old school arcade style that people love, and then we have the Eternals, like the Unreal Engine, like, so, I mean, every single NFT from both collections, they're modeling so you can play that character in the game. Now there's benefits, there's pros and cons to both, right? And this isn't a competition, but honestly, I want to try to do this. Professor Z, what do you think, right? Or how do you feel about, games on Web3 that are built like Eternals, right? And the amount of work and time that it takes to do something like that, and the pros to that. And then I want to ask Zora, what does he think the pros are and like the benefits of a game like yours, right?
Yeah,
I just want to
absolutely.
make sure everyone knows this is not a competition here. We're all friends, right? Obviously, they're two different projects doing two kind of different things, but I don't know. I think it'd be fun. I want to make you guys uncomfortable, so let's
Well, you're,
let's
you're
do
gonna
it.
have to try harder than that. So,
Oh,
but
bro, I'm not
Nice.
wearing pants right now. Okay, so don't start.
But moving on.
Yeah, all right,
Yeah.
keep it coming. So,
so
what do you think?
for me, I think a big pro is that they're able to build something absolutely incredible on a blockchain, right? So you have all those games that are built on like PlayStations, Xbox, computers, stuff like that. But the fact that they're able to build something that incorporates the blockchain that is to the level, which from what I've been seeing of like the the games that are on PlayStation or on Xbox is absolutely awesome because it shows people that kind of what all the blockchain has to offer, what projects on the blockchain can even do, and opens up a whole new world for people who still don't know what the blockchain is, don't know what crypto is, stuff like that. Because, as we all know, the blockchain technology, crypto, all that is still very, very young in the stages of where it can possibly go. So what they're doing is absolutely awesome. They're building games to the level of those games that are already out on consoles. So having that something like that on the blockchain, fantastic.
Hell yeah! Well said,
Very nice.
bro. I'm gonna lose my job. All right, Zora, if you're done
You're
blushing,
fired.
Zora.
Yeah, no, I'm blushing right
Yeah,
now.
and actually, Zora just sent me a link here too. Apparently, we also have a holy virtue that
Yes, let me know where to send
Oh,
it,
we're going to
and
be
very
giving
nice.
away. Let me. I'll
That
get
would
it
be
up here on
Professor
the.
Send it
Z.
to
Professor
money
Z.
sign Wolfgar. Joking.
Let's see. Let me get this over here. Here it is.
Send it to the official WinMint.
Yeah. So
address, please.
$ one
Oh,
mint
nice.
wallet, and
Nice.
hell yeah, we'll get it given away again. People, you already know how this is being given away because you can see it in this post, but we have no idea yet. So, but it will be given away somehow, some way when this episode is released. But that's awesome. Thank you so much, Zora, and Professor Z and CMDR. You are not allowed to win, so don't even fucking
Well, I
try.
just minted mine. I just got mine. I don't think it's the 101, but I just got mine.
It never is.
Oh,
It never
what
is.
is it?
They're
Oh,
all
I really,
super cool, but you need another.
Here, I'll
I
send it
really,
to you so you can
It's
show
never
it if you
ending.
want to,
Hell
Machinist.
yeah. Where's
Yes.
in Discord?
Yeah, I'm waiting for my Discord to pull up.
All right, gotcha. All right, well, while we wait for Professor Z to figure out how to use a computer,
Dang.
Zora,
Savage.
what do you think,
Savage.
man? What obviously there are a lot of benefits to your style of game that you're building over there at Eternals, and it's just awesome to really be able to see that deep lore, right? The depth of everything you got going on. But what do you think the benefits are to a game or a platform that could have multiple games like ADArunnerz is building, right? With these arcade style, old school games.
Yeah, no, I think that style of game can really feed off a lot of people's nostalgia. There's a lot of people in this space, especially with all the different ages in the blockchain, right? That would really love something like this, especially with the range of games they can make in this style. And that's the power of community with the blockchain as well. They can suggest what sort of games they like to ADArunners, who can then develop something like this through Cardano Crocs Club. And it's also these style of games, they can be like quick and fun to play, whereas other games might take longer to, I guess, digest and take time. A lot of people don't have that much time nowadays, so having those style of games where you can just pick and play when you want, fight for that leaderboard position and do what they're doing, I think it's going to be really beneficial for the space, especially as you said, their development team's so skilled as well. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And there's a few games in my head that I remember I played growing up that I'd love to see on there as well.
Hell yeah, like E.T. from Atari, right?
Oh, God,
worst
no.
fucking game ever.
So,
There's actually a really good story behind that, but I'll save that for later.
Zora, you actually touched on this a little bit, and I think this is something that goes both ways, is that so you said it's going to bring back that old school gaming nostalgia, right? So you're going to see those mid 30s, those 40s, maybe even 50 something folks that are going to come into the blockchain to be able to play these games that take them back to the olden days, the boomer lifestyle, whatever you want to call it. But I think the good thing is that works the exact same for Eternals as well, right? Because we have all these kids, teenagers, millennials, Gen Z, whatever. They grew up with the MMO style video games, right? So you're actually reaching out to a completely different generation. So you've got ADArunners out here bringing in the old school folks, and then you've got Eternals out here that are bringing in the newer generation. So we're only adding to the community by bringing in folks from all different age groups, right? So it's going to be super awesome to see what happens in the next couple of years.
Hell yeah. Good point, my friend. Boomers. Really? Boomers?
Boomers.
You're talking about
boomers.
I know, he is talking about me. That's fucked up. I can rug you too,
Rug me, daddy. Rug me.
Hey, here's what's his face's the professor's Eternal.
No way!
Oh, nice.
No, he got the rarest wings. I think that's the last one available.
Yes. Yeah, and you can use those wings in the game.
Yes. Very nice.
I don't think you realize what you minted.
That's a solid pull, dude.
But now I'm very
solid pull.
Bro, look up I'm going to look up the rarity on this.
Wait, one second.
Wings are highly sought after.
But those are the rarest wings as well. One sec.
Yes.
Go.
Yeah. I'm pulling up.
I have a set of those, and I will never get rid of them. So
what's the asset number again? Professor?
Pull it up.
It may not be on tools yet. It usually takes a little while for tools to.
Well, I'm still on the website
off
where I minted. But it's 5313 is what it says.
Let's try it. Not yet.
Yeah. Nope, not yet. It'll take a little bit. We can check towards the end of the episode.
Yeah, but
our highest sale on that type of wing is 2,000 ADA. But the current floor for one is 1,000. They are really rare, those wings.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I should have told him. He's like, it's not the one I wanted, but should have been like, just send it to me. It's okay. So I'll pick one out of my wallet. That's awesome, man. Zora, you lost it when you saw that, man. Holy crap.
Because I think that's the last. I think that's the last one of those wings. I was wondering who was going to mint it, and it's on stream.
You love it.
That is awesome, though. Yeah. Like I've got some wings, but not like that. Actually, I don't know if I told you this, Zora. I minted wings before Commander did, right? And he actually told me, he tried to sweet talk me into giving. He's like, "Come on, I'd really like the wings, and he wanted to try to get me to trade with him, and I couldn't do it. Yeah. I'm usually a sucker for that.
You are a sucker.
I am.
Amy, look what they did on stream.
Oh, wow. Machinist got to ask like a really good technical question. I think it's my turn. So Machinist, shut the fuck up and let me talk for a minute. Okay? Jesus Christ. So I noticed that both of your projects are going the token route, right? So ADArunnerz has Quarter. You have Eternal over there at Eternals, right? So let's talk a little bit about P2E, right? Play to earn. So there's been a lot of conversation around play to earn lately about how token prices just keep dropping because there's no utility for the token or anything like that. So let's have a little bit of a conversation. I kind of want both of your opinions on what you see play to earn being in the next couple of years, how to maintain that token value, and also how to use it to continue to give value to the community other than just selling it on a DEX.
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
I can go first. Or Zora, you want to go?
Up to you. Coin flip.
Yeah.
Let's flip it. All right, hold up. Flipping. It is heads again, Professor.
Dang, okay.
There you go.
Hey, that just means you got to send me that because it just keeps going for me. So you just got to send that to me.
I think I have 2 or 3 of these, so maybe I can. We'll talk.
Hey, okay. But no, so basically play to earn in the future, I see it as being a big thing. I mean, it's already kind of gaining traction because people can play games and earn things, right? Whether it be tokens, NFTs, whatnot. But in order to keep it relevant, you got to keep adding value to it. You got to keep adding utilities to it. Like for us, for Quarter, one, we're not doing a pre-sale on it. You know, if you hold a key, if you hold our main collection, you'll get airdropped Quarter, and you can also earn it by staking. So, you know, you don't have to worry about spending ADA to get it. We will have liquidity pools set up where people can buy and sell. But for us to start with, when that all comes out, you got to spend Quarter to play the games, right? So that's going to be kind of the first utility coming out. We have other things we are discussing and that we got to work through with the dev team to make sure it is possible first before we can obviously mention it. But in order to keep something relevant, one, you got to make it worth holding. 2, you got to keep it worth holding. And 3, you got to keep that value continuing to grow by having more and more utility for it. So that's honestly how I see it.
Okay, so let me follow up on that. So let's just say that people are staking for Quarter, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be earning it on a regular basis through staking and through playing the game. Are you guys going to find a ratio where spending Quarter to play is going to average out to where they're going to need to use it more than they're going to need to sell it on a DEX?
We're still working through all the tokenomics, still working through all that. We have someone who's very knowledgeable in that area who's working on that, but that does make sense, right? Because you want people to continue to, you know, acquire it and use it instead of just selling it on a DEX, because if people are just selling it, the value of it's going to drop. But, you know, we have taken that into account as well. So that is some stuff we're looking at. But the person doing our tokenomics, I mean, he's very, very smart in the space. So we're kind of letting him kind of play with the numbers, seeing what all comes out. And you know, when he kind of gives us that first draft of it, we'll look it over and kind of throw out ideas, see if it's possible, stuff like that. That'll all come out.
If I may recommend, just using a project as a use case, Cardania, they actually on a monthly basis bring in more of their RAD token than they give out. So they have a cyclical system where it's actually more valuable to hold and use it than it is to turn around and sell it on a DEX. So when you're talking to your guy about tokenomics, definitely bring that up to him about how you need to find some system where you're actually bringing more in than you're giving out. So it makes it a little bit more rare, a little bit more important for people to be holding on to what they have.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Yeah. Zora, what's up? What do you got?
Yeah, I think tokens are very unique to each project with how they want to give them out. For example, the tokenomics for our Eternal token is purely based around how we envision the game to play, and how people will use it in the game. For example, crafting using the Eternal token with their items, buying cosmetics with it, upgrading their weapons. And then we have some use cases outside of the game, such as there's collectible NFTs, which are low supply ones, merchandise discounts, raffles, which we have and whatnot. What we envision for this is it's not purely like we see Eternal token as a massive investment vehicle. We don't say it's you're going to make lots of money playing our game, but what we do say is you can use this token in our game and experience our game to a higher depth, and potentially some of the things you can earn in game and the time you put into these assets, you can develop these assets to become quite valuable. For example, making a weapon that is already a rare weapon per se, up to its max ability in a certain area using CIP68, and then you can sell it, for example, which can then bring value that way. So think of it as a Web2 game like CSGO, for example. There's guns and skins people have earned by playing in events from a long time ago, and they hold it to this day, and then are able to sell it on for X amount. How we envision the Eternal token in our game is really using it and having a very as you mentioned the word recyclable ecosystem within our game, but using that token to get cosmetics, get collectibles, get weapons, and really make use of the stuff we provide to get things which are valuable, things people want to show off, and potentially earn that way. So it's definitely unique to each project. We don't say we're a play to earn game, we're a free to play open world MMO experience, we like to say, but you have the ability to have ownership of your assets in game and really get some cool stuff which you can then sell on after putting your time into it. That's how we see it anyway.
Right on. So making the token work for you in game versus selling it on a DEX for value.
Yeah, and we're not doing any big like sale of the token. It's purely earned through the holders of the NFTs with a 10-year plan in mind, which we're already close to a year into. So yeah, that's
Speaking
the
of which, win virtue staking, buddy.
Yeah, it can happen like with a click of a fingers. Really, it's just the fact we want the sacred items out for the logic system which we have. So once they're fully minted out, how we decide to do it, whether it's just waiting for the last 300 to min, or finding a way to give those out, it's really actually no, what am I on about? I'm not on about the holy virtues being fully minted out. I'm on about the sacred items airdrop. The holy virtues don't actually need to be minted out for the staking to drop. Sorry, that can stay out. The sacred items which you get from playing our quest. Once those are out, the policy ID is created, then we can initiate staking because all the assets are available. So yeah, so you don't have to worry about the holy virtues being minted. I don't know why I went down that route of convo,
Nice.
but yeah, there's a cap as well on the quest to get the NFT buy. It's the server runs out in the middle of February, so literally just over a month from now. If not everyone's completed it, we're going to do a little randomizer for all the wallets which are submitted to who gets the remaining supply of the sacred items. So you could see staking as early as next month as well, I'll say.
Hell yeah.
Sweet. Okay.
And then just so everyone knows, that's rank fucking 47, bro. Well done.
Yeah, out of 6,000. Wow. That's insane.
That's a hell of a mint on stream right there, man.
Yeah, awesome. You should probably get another. Solid. You might get the one of one. I mean, it sounds like your luck is up.
That FOMO kicking
My luck's
in,
not that
you're about to just go hard.
Actually, it's still in there. The one of one is still in there. So if you want, right, you can send me that. I'll send you 88 ADA, and then you can go mint another one, and you'll probably get the one of one. I mean, let's be honest.
No, I'm okay. I'm not doing that.
Just fuck me, right? All right, cool. No.
So we spent a shit ton of time talking about ADArunnerz and Eternals so far. What games on the blockchain are you guys interested in? Like, what's coming up? What's on Cardano? Even on other blockchains, what games are you looking at in Web3 that you want to play?
Hell yeah.
So for me.
Yeah, we go first.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. I'd say for me, there's quite a few really. One's Boss Moon. I'm looking forward to that. What Boss Cats is doing. Risk and Bank are probably two of my others that I'm really looking forward to as well. Mainly because I've known those projects for quite some time, so I've known for a while what all they're wanting to do. So I'm really looking forward to those because, again, I played Risk as a kid. I played Monopoly as a kid. So having games that are kind of like that, that's really exciting. Learning more about Eternals because, I've been so busy lately. My head's been basically buried in a hole. So learning more about Eternals and what Zora and them are doing, I'm excited about that now too. And now that I have a freaking awesome NFT for it, hey, I'm even more excited.
Hell yeah.
But I mean, those probably are the games I'm really looking forward to right now. I haven't ventured too far outside of Cardano for games on Web3, but for me, those are definitely the ones I'm looking forward to.
Right on.
Good shit.
Sorry, my kid is down here trying to get a snack.
It's all good. Give the man a snack, bro. You kept him in the basement for like 2 days. He's got to eat. Oh, all right. Yeah, Boss Moon's going to be cool, man. I just heard him talking in that space we were in last night, that it's going to be mobile. Bro, I'm freaking pumped, because they were going the route of Eternals, right? With that like super high def game. But honestly, I like the idea of being able to play it at work and not paying attention.
Dude. Not only that, but the mobile market in general is fucking insane. Like the amount of people that you see logging in on mobile games these days it's increasing every single day. So
there was one game I forgot as well is Clay Falls and what they're doing too. I'm looking forward to that too. I got to play that one because I have some of the GC pants, so I got to play kind of like the first like round, I guess, of that game, and it was pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. So that's another one I'm looking forward to.
Yep. Clay Nation has been building nonstop for a very long time, and they are definitely they are a nice buy at the moment at their current floor price. So not financial advice.
Yeah.
All right, Zora, what about you? What are you looking towards right now?
Well, one was just mentioned with Clay Nation, with what they're building. As you can see from the screen, that looks amazing, right? Yeah. We're partnered with Clay Nation as we're building something in their underworld. I can't obviously say some of the stuff because I've signed NDAs and whatnot, but I'm privy to some of the things they do, and it's really exciting. So yeah, definitely the stuff over at Clay Nation. Also, I say our other partners, Speedthrone, from what they've only released so far, is literally just a drop in the ocean of what they have planned for it with their cross-chain gaming racing game. Definitely, I would check that out at speedthrone.io. They're insane developers, and they know how to make a game. And then the other two in Cardano which stick out to me is definitely Cornucopias has this really grand idea of mixing again racing with mining, and this like open again like an open world experience with owning your land, and this almost this shopping metropolis. It looks massive, right? And it almost seems unfathomable that a single team could make something that big. But I'm really excited to see how they go about it, and I think that has insane potential for a big game on Cardano if they get it right. And the other one that I'm always keep my eye on, which I think is interesting, is the one Nash is doing over at Goomballs for the mobile. I think if he gets the mobile market right, that could also be massive. As you know, you just said, mobile gaming is huge. There's definitely more concerns with, I guess, regulatory things with Apple, right? With the whole, how do you get the token to work, or even money to work with NFTs? But I think there are some solutions that some ETH mobile games are looking at, like having the earning aspect through your profile, which is you can link to a website, right? And then play the game separately on your mobile. There's different solutions, but I think there is a massive market in the mobile one. And there's an ETH game, which I forgot the name of, but it's kind of like an adventure one, like a Pokemon game, but more high res. I forgot the name of it. Amy, do you remember the game of that Pokemon looking game on Ethereum? The cool art? Do you remember it or nah? No, she doesn't. But we both really love the art on that one. I forgot the name of it, but it's like a Pokemon-esque style high def game, which I think is really cool. With blockchain stuff. So yeah, those are the ones that stick out to me in my head straight away. Probably a lot more I'm missing.
Yeah. No, I stay away from other blockchains. Not a huge fan.
He's allergic to anything.
I'm
but
I'm a Cardano maxi.
For real.
So I definitely agree with Cornucopias. Like if you've ever read through their extensive white paper, if they even build 30 to 50% of what they have planned, they're probably going to be one of the projects that's going to mainstream the blockchain gaming world. They have so much content, so many things coming down the pipeline with their custom domes and their land plots and PvP and everything. So that's pretty awesome. I think one thing that definitely deserves an honorable mention, especially for me, is a game called Chains of War. So if anybody knows what I'm talking about, Chains of War minted back when ADA was still like in the, I wouldn't say the bull run, but like coming down from the bull run. And they're getting ready to release their alpha in this quarter of this year. And it's so if anybody knows what an extraction looter shooter is, Escape from Tarkov, for example, something like that, you basically get dropped on the map. You have a 20-minute time frame to get in, collect loot, and get out without dying. Most games like this are full loot drop on death. So if you get killed, whatever you have on you, even the stuff you took in, stays there, and people can loot your body and extract with it. So it's really, really high risk, but all of the assets that you get in game, you will be able to actually mint onto the blockchain, and you can get some really high range legendary weapons, legendary armor, stuff like that, and you'll be able to mint them, and you'll be able to sell them on secondary markets. So not to mention it's full on PvP, which is right up my alley. I love player versus player, so I'll be looking forward to this. This is also being built, I believe, in so I think they started in Unity and then they switched over to Unreal Engine. But this is all in-game footage, and it is just absolutely beautiful. So
that has to be Unreal. That's real high def. It looks awesome, I have to say. I have seen some stuff of theirs before on Twitter, or X now, but it's honestly, I think they're doing an awesome job.
Yeah, 100%. It is. It's Unreal. It said Unreal in there when you start playing the video.
Jeez, I'm just like stuck, like staring at this fucking trailer. Like I forgot what we were talking about for a minute.
Yeah, no, it looks really clean. Hopefully they can deliver. They were supposed to drop their alpha in December, but they wanted to clean a couple of things up. So now we're in first quarter of 2024. But I hold a significant amount of assets in this project, and I am just waiting for it. It's going to be so awesome.
Hell yeah. It really is cool to see all these different gaming projects, right? New and old, that have, especially the ones that have been around for a while, it's starting to come to fruition, right? Like it was talk, it was building, it's trying to get the community, the funding. It's like we're building, but we have nothing to show you yet, right? Because in the beginning, you don't. But now, like with Eternals, right? You can actually go do their quest right now, right? Using the quick launcher. Hopefully Chains of War in the very near future, right? Clays, you were in there, Professor Z. Did Pavia had something? I thought I saw a Pavia video.
Yeah, they've opened up their stuff a little bit. Yeah.
Let's see what we got on Pavia here.
I've pretty much given up on Pavia a long time ago. They had tons of hype when the whole metaverse thing first kicked in. Don't get me wrong, like they're still building and they're creating some really solid content, but I'm kind of over the whole metaverse thing now these days. Yeah.
Well, it's tough, right? Because things like this, it's a lot of building, right? For anyone. Now, I'm not just talking about Pavia, but this stuff takes a lot of time. Like what you guys did over there at Eternals took time, right? Even what you built, Professor. It's not like just because it's not as the graphics aren't as insane doesn't mean it doesn't take time to build. But everyone in Web3, we want everything instantly, right? We live off that instant gratification.
Shout out to all the Win boys who wanted a AAA game in 3 months.
Yeah.
For real. Yeah. So no, but the other thing is like it's also causing people to change the paradigm. Like Professor, for example, he put a game out before he even minted, because there's people out there that are constantly screaming for product, a week after you mint out an NFT project. So now you've got people out here pivoting on a regular basis, like Professor, who are creating those games before you even mint, so that you can have proof of concept and show people that you're capable of doing what you say you're going to do. So shout out for that, brother.
I appreciate it. That was something big for us, is, we wanted to produce before we got to mint. That way, like, because of the market that we're currently in, right? It's all meme coins. It's all that stuff. NFTs, we all know are going to come back. That's just how it is. But like for us, we're like, we don't want to be stuck where we have to rely on Mint funds to produce. So like we already have 6 games that were bought and paid for. So no matter what happens with the Mint, if we have to stop it after like 1,000 and then push it back a little further, do more phases or whatnot, cool, that's fine. Because we have 6 games that are going to come out no matter what.
Nice.
On top of the project games that we're doing.
Hopefully one of those is Ninja Turtles.
Oh, real quick, before you go play the game, Machinist, before you play the game. So one thing that's we're doing with our quarter that I forgot to mention is if you click on Pac-Man, click on him, click. And now you can add hats, right?
Oh.
So we're gonna have stuff like that. We're gonna have a platform store where you can go spend quarter to get different things for your characters in the games too.
Nice.
Wait, and I start with 150.
Yep.
Quarter. All right.
Well,
are these worth a quarter? Can I trade these in? Oh, this is not quarter. All right. Well, the in-game shop money here.
Yeah.
I need a hat.
So will you be using quarter to purchase in-game currency, or will quarter end up being the in-game currency?
Quarter is going to end up being the in-game currency.
Okay, gotcha. So this is just a placeholder right now, that 150 token or whatever that's up there at the moment.
Yep.
Gotcha.
I'm getting hair because this is the cheapest I can buy a head of hair.
Some of us have a good head of hair going on here. So
I just want to say an advanced Machinist, whether you thought you were a Pac-Man master back in the day or not, just prepare to fucking get wrecked.
Oh no, I always sucked at Pac-Man. Actually, I'd like to show you guys something. This is a little off the beaten path here. I'm really bad at just going off on tangents. But I don't know if you saw this article that we found the other day. We posted on the One Mint page. It's pretty fucking crazy. It had something to do with Michael Jackson. Let me see if I can.
Oh boy.
Fuck you.
Where is it?
Oh my god.
It's here.
You sure? I think you might have done that through the Machinist. Oh yeah, here we go.
All right. So anyone out there, if you haven't seen this yet, you're welcome for filling you in on what's going on in the world. And thank you, Elon Musk, for allowing us to uncensored or post our news. So breaking news. The King of Pop resurfaces as CMDR, dominates Cardano NFT project and podcast amidst Epstein papers controversy. So in a shocking turn of events, the legendary Michael Jackson, believed to have passed away years ago, has seemingly reemerged under the alias CMDR. Reports indicate that the pop icon faked his death and is now at the helm of a groundbreaking NFT project on the Cardano blockchain known as the Lurkers. He's also recently joined NFT Machinist as a host for the recently released second season of One Mint Podcast, the only award-winning podcast on Cardano. It goes on to talk about how CMDR, Mike, is a part of the Epstein papers. So that's something we have to figure out. I just want everyone to know that whatever comes of this, it's not our fault. All right. One Mint is protected. All right. So,
I gotta go retweet this now.
Yeah, please. Please retweet this. Send it everywhere.
Oh my god.
That's what the disclaimer was for then.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. You're a terrible human being, you know that?
Yeah. Yes, I do. All right. Anyway, I was going to lose in Pac-Man.
Yeah.
And then you have Eternals, their game all queued up, right?
Yep, I'm ready to go. Let me double check on that, make sure it hasn't kicked me out. Yeah, so Machinist has a shitty Mac computer, so he can't play the game. So in order to get this man one of the assets that are available from playing this game, I will be playing under the guise of the Machinist and running through the mission to get this man the sacred items.
Excellent.
So you're welcome.
I'm going to double fist this directional pad here and see how it goes. Let's fucking go. Why isn't he going?
I'm going to go full screen so I can watch you get wrecked in HD.
Fucking ghosts, bro.
Oh, what are you running for?
You can eat the ghosts.
You're supposed to eat them while they're white. Now you're about to die.
Why do they got to be white, bro?
That's what you get.
Hold on, one more time. Let's make this bigger. All right. This is not as easy as I thought it once was.
It is not. It is not easy at all.
It's much easier with a joystick.
Oh, run! Yep, there you go.
Oh,
well. Look at that, 6,600.
It's all right.
We got.
Now I don't know how to get at Full screen. There we go.
We got some like feedback on the colors because they were a lot brighter. And, some people were like, hey, that's, kind of give me a headache. So we worked with the dev team. We got that turned down. We added the pause button. We added where you can start with the directional keys. So you don't have to actually click it and stuff like that. So, we listen to feedback, and if it's something we can do and a majority of the community wants, we're more than happy to implement it like we did with the stuff we added. One thing I love about this game, though, that we did is the screen shakes, right? So it adds a little fun to it.
Yeah, didn't it twist too for a bit? Like it would turn like to the side, or did you guys take that out?
We took that part out.
Okay. Yeah, that shit was like mind blowing, dude. I thought I was gonna have a seizure for a
minute. Now, real quick, if you go up to your profile,
right?
You can now see your highest score on the game. And so
God, I suck.
You should see mine.
That's
it's
pretty
okay.
Quick.
So each game that you play, you'll have that. So like when we come out with more games, they'll be listed too with your score, your high score. And we're working on getting a leaderboard for each game where it'll say like the highest score and the person who has the one game high score on there too.
Hell yeah. And just to clarify then, so on this platform, right on your platform, the Pac-Man game is known as ADArunnerz.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
so we could leave it as Pac-Man. There's no real laws or anything against that, especially since our devs have the licenses, but we're changing the names. We're going to add our unique thing to them. So we thought since this is the first game out, why not name it after our project and it kind of be in our launch pad. So
I like it.
Hell yeah.
Very nice. Game,
I can't wait to see the Inmates game because many people know this. I may or may not have experience in shanking people. So I think I'm going to top that leaderboard in the Inmates game.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And each game will have like its own little arcade stand, as you can see, like with ADArunnerz there, will have its own little like arcade stand where you can start playing it. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep shelling real quick. So that advertisement section, I forgot to mention that. So we thought that would be a great idea because as new projects come out or even projects who have been around for a while, it's hard to get that steam. It's hard to get like your name out there. So we thought, why not add something like this where projects can advertise themselves on our platform, and if people interact with that, they could get points or quarter or something like that.
Right. Nice. Like if because we did agree that I think we were going to have a 1 mint banner on one of these pages in order for you to come on the show. And if they click on it and subscribe to the show on Spotify, they can get some coins. So
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Maybe not. We'll have to talk about this.
All right. So I'm gonna have to move my mic because then it's the only way I'm gonna have access to my my PC to play this. So can you guys still hear me talking pretty well right now?
Unfortunately, not that we want to, but we can. Yeah.
You shut your mouth. Okay. So I'm gonna share my screen here. Let's see. I think this is it. Oh, nope, this is it right here. Okay, let's see if this is going to work. Can you guys see the screen here where it says the machinist likes picks?
Hey, super original, bro. Really original.
You're welcome. All right, so let's see if it did it bring the game up? We good?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
It's a little choppy, but we got it.
Yeah. Let's just do a little bit of running around here. You guys can kind of get an idea of what we have going on here. So there's interactable stuff all over the place. You're going to get, how do I hide that? Okay. Anyways, so there's multiple places to interact. I've got the music playing in my ears right now. So if I'm screaming, I apologize.
If you go to the browser tab, you should be able to right click and mute it. I had to do it with the ADArunnerz.
Hang on. I think I just backed
and
out.
You lost.
Yeah. I hit the escape button. And completely backed out.
Well,
as you can see, streaming is not my forte.
It's all right.
Give me 1 second here.
Yeah, as you figure that out, that actually is just that little bit. That was super cool. Even when you're running at like top speed, it kind of blurs everything a little bit, like those little details. That looks super fucking cool.
One of the positive feedbacks we also got was the sounds of the environment. It really is quite like immersive, like the sounds of like when you interact with things, were the NPCs talking, like the merchant, which you'll see behind the counter talking. It was actually one of our community members' voices who won the competition for the merchant talking, which is pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Like picking up the coin, and just like the actual sound of Hell's House. This is on the demon side. A little background on the quest is essentially you're the angel in disguise, kind of going into enemy territory, really, and the Deadly Sins have actually stolen one of the prized artifacts of the holy virtues called the sacred items, and it's your goal to go incognito and retreat, get them back through this quest. And that's why if you're one of the first to complete it, I think there's like 80 spots left, you will be airdropped the NFT. To actually initiate the quest, you got to talk to the book at the front first, and then you can talk to the merchant, for example. So this is like the guidebook to begin it. It gives you a little thing.
So here we go.
Which you read. It basically just says like the merchant's a bit of a chatterbox, and it might give away some info once you read it.
Have you guys? You guys can see this, right? I'm streaming again.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay. I can't seem to get rid of that StreamYard window share thing, so
that's all right. We can't see it. That's just you.
Oh, okay, good.
It's always just you, bro. Just so you know. So, no, but it looks really good. This is awesome.
Yeah, I've already run this multiple times, so I already know how.
Wait, should we be giving it away? I don't know if we should give away exactly how to get this item.
I don't know. So
I think it's okay because we're going to be doing a what's it called, a tutorial of it, really showing it off, because we want to show it to people that might not have seen it before, like even like the Cardano subreddit, for example, showing off what we're building and everything, because we think it's a really impressive product to show off, because a lot of people say they're building and whatnot, but I think this actually shows we have been doing work per se. And also there's a little bug which we were trying to fix, is when sometimes when you interact with an item it gets clogged up, but
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's all good.
This is
every alpha has bugs.
Yeah, this is the first release of this game, right? Or a glimpse into what this game's gonna be. And honestly, even if this whole thing just blew up and froze right now, I mean, this looks fantastic, man. This is
I think the next thing was actually the fire.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Okay. Yep, there we go.
See. Oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. I've done this a whole bunch of times. Yeah. Jeez.
No, so and I like these little cutscenes too. I think they're super awesome. Like the cutscenes are super cool. And so this guy's my guy, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's a funny thing to say. So Commander minted the mascot of the Holy Virtues, and which is actually like a lore-based character, right? But
nice.
this is what you're seeing is an NFT from the Deadly Sins collection, which is the Angel in Disguise, but it's actually the same character, but at a different point in the lore. So he actually will have different abilities in game. For example, more of shadow based and hiding abilities.
Hell yeah. Hey, let me ask you, how long, and everyone, make sure you're paying attention to this.
It might have been
if you do what CMDR is doing, you can go get one of these items as well. But how long did it take you to build this?
So we've been building a lot more than what you're seeing now, for example. There's a lot more going on with the different areas around the map, so I can't give an exact frame on like everything's like 2 years, right, so far. But this in particular is just like a portion of the work we've been doing. I'd say,
right, but just like, let's say if you had to guess, right, like just this in general, like starting from scratch with, you kind of have your framework, you have your characters already, but you're just building the quest itself.
Yeah.
Right. How long do you think that took?
Oh, like the logic for the quest, probably like couple months, I'd say. But that's because it's early teething errors, right? Of like figuring out the logic. We honestly could get multiple quests out a month. And that's the thing of the game we're developing, right? There'll be multiple quests you can do every month on each side of the map. And I'm actually learning, because I'm a dev myself, I'm learning how to incorporate that with Unreal Engine 5 work. So I will be able to help out with these things and whatnot. So it's going to be really cool.
Damn it, Zora, why can't I pick up the Phantom Key?
Yeah, no, you do own one, don't you?
Hey, well, there's a
Yeah.
there's a also the Phantom Key is kind of like your OG, right? For the deadly sins, kind of like an OG asset, like super duper. There's only a handful, what, 111 or 112
Yeah,
of those,
111. Yeah. It's in the
right?
final cutscene of the quest. It's when you
Uh-oh.
find you use the mask to go through a hidden passage, and you open the chest which has the sacred items in. Then it gets a little end scene. Wait, what was the question was about the Phantom Key. Yeah, it's our VIP asset from the Deadly Sins collection, just like the Griffin Flute is the VIP asset from the Holy Virtues collection. They have their own utilities with increased staking rewards, votes on important internal decisions. They also get to help a lot with things like our law, with voting on that. And also, they have their own alpha channels and prize channels. So monthly, they get different rewards. For example, one person has 3 Phantom Keys and ended up winning 45 ADA from those 3 Phantom Keys in just 1 month. So it's like we're just nice little rewards we have, and they get really integrated with some of the internal decisions, I'd say. Yeah, and they also in the game itself, there's a Phantom Key room and also a Griffin Flute sort of room, which will have its own mini game in it and its own activities as well. So their
Nice.
own little VIP thing.
So if you're really interested in Eternals and playing this game, you should probably try to get a Phantom Key and an Eternals flute, but or the Eternal Flute. But there's not many, right? And they're handpicked, right? When you give them out, I think, to people that are just like really, strong members of the community or that support you guys.
With the Deadly Sins, we originally, which we think looking back was a mistake, we did it through like before our mint, we were kind of picking them as like a level gated system, right? It was
Right.
really early days. This time around with the Griffin Flute, though, it was more like hand picked. It wasn't necessarily biased with, oh, you've been with us for X amount of time, but it was more we were looking at like the genuine engagement. There's still a few to give away. We have in the
Oh,
project wallet. We have like
all right.
15.
Yep.
Yeah, so
All right. So
we're
get into
still
So
looking.
hop in
Eternals
the
and start.
Discord.
I think it's probably time to close her up. So what do you
I
think?
think it's been a great conversation, man. We got some good questions in about Web3 gaming. Got to learn about both of the projects pretty well. I think it's been awesome.
Hell
You
yeah.
guys have anything that you want to finish out on, Professor or Zora?
For me, I just want to say thank you guys for having me on here, talk about ADArunnerz. Really enjoyed it. Like I've talked to both of you, known both of you for quite some time, so it's fun to actually be on here. Our mint will be on January 20th. So make sure you're in our Discord so you find out more. We will be dropping the mint price and all that here very, very soon. So make sure you're in our Discord for that. And Zora, hey, I'm just now learning more about Eternals. I've heard about you guys around the space a little bit, but never really dived in myself. So I'm happy I was on here with you because now I'm a huge fan of this. Was able to mint a very awesome NFT. So yeah, I will be a holder and jumping in the Discord and stuff like that here soon.
Nice.
Congratulations on the mint, and thank you for the kind words. I'll be minting an ADArunnerz. I didn't realize how soon it was as well. That's awesome. I
Yep.
wish you guys the best of luck. And yeah, no, I'm definitely going to be a holder myself as well.
Appreciate that.
Oh, yeah, and a little bit of, I guess, closing remarks. I don't know how much time I have, but one last thing I wanted to add to the conversation on the gaming and Web3 is I definitely think with the next bull run, it will be, which is coming soon, in my opinion, like quite soon. Even potentially by the end of this year, we could have some real crazy action going on. I think gaming is going to be a hot topic because gaming is really the first thing which comes to a lot of people's mind when what do you own that you can make use of and actually show off in this Web3 world? I think actual gaming assets which are somewhat interoperable. For example, with the avatars in the Deadly Sins and Holy Virtues, using compatible engines, or even the weapons we have, for example. I think stuff like that, having true ownership of it, not just a game banning your account and then you just lost everything you've worked so hard for, is, I think, really important. And I think it's going to be a big hot topic of what's going on. And we're already seeing companies like Epic Games making those steps towards NFTs and crypto with blockchain games, and putting up regulations of how it's going to work, but actually being pretty generous with it, in my opinion, for these early stages. Because if we're being honest, it is still early stages. So I'm excited for the future. I think it has a massive amount of potential, and I'm excited to have more of these conversations as the space develops, really. And thank you again for having me on. It's always a pleasure speaking to you guys, and it's been great to meet Professor Zed. Or Americans say Z, I don't know how it works, but I appreciate the conversation, and yeah, looking forward to the future. Thank you again for having me on.
Hell yeah. Hey, can I ask you guys something? Is this not the most fun that you've had recording something in this space? Come on, be honest. You can hurt my feelings, all right? I don't have a heart anymore.
No, I think this is good. Like, for some conversations I've had in the past with some spaces seems more like it's a business call, which is kind of can get a bit boring. I think this is more fun, more free flow, and more genuine. People prefer to listen to that stuff, I feel.
Yeah. I mean, nice. I've had a lot of fun too, and you know, before you came on, Machinist, you know, me and Commander were talking about Star Wars, and I happened to
thought he was
show him my 4-foot tall stormtrooper here.
Oh wow!
Yeah, baby. So, that's what I'm talking about.
God,
I'll be sending you my home address later so you can mail that out.
Wait a minute, is that who was asking for snacks before?
No, that's actually my 6-year-old who's now grabbing something else too. I don't know what he's doing. He's taking advantage of me being busy.
Yeah.
They always do. They always do.
Smart kid. So
that's it.
That's it.
Wrap it up.
Yeah. So make sure. Thank you for joining us for our gaming episode, our Web3 gaming episode, and not like those reindeer games that CMDR plays with the girly boys down at the billiard club. Okay. Real games like ADArunnerz and Eternals. So thank you so much. Please share this episode. Go to Spotify, subscribe. It really helps us a lot, and it doesn't cost you anything. We're on YouTube. We're everywhere. Just go to whenmentpodcast.io. You can find us, or just go to your favorite streaming service and search When Meant Cardano Culture and NFTs. We're going to give away that Eternal. We're going to give away those bronze keys, or that bronze key. There's only one because Professor's fucking cheap.
Okay. Nice. Love it.
And yeah, good luck with that. And thank you guys again.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. Thank you again. Appreciate it.
Hell yeah. All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Now I'm just going to sit here awkwardly while you guys...
You got to get really close to the camera.
Right?